Hello everyone, so in today's video I'm going to show you how to use the PlayStation 2 emulator on Retroarch. So the first thing you need to do is you need to change the directory in Retroarch, and you need to get the Bioses for PlayStation 2. You can find them on the internet or Google it. So you need to have a powerful enough computer to use it in the first place. So in this website, it recommends that you need at least a dual or quad core processor with 2 to 4 gigabytes of video memory and 4 to 8 gigabytes of RAM. And the first thing you have to do is you need to go into Retroarch's directory. So for me, it's here. And then go to System. And you need to set the file, you need to make the file structure like this. So I'm in my directory, so PCSX2, and I make 4 subdirectories here. I'm using Control-Shift-N BIOS, Control-Shift-N Sheets. I just made these 3 subdirectories there. Next thing, I want to make a subdirectory in saves. We need to make a subdirectory here in saves called PCSX2. And 2 subdirectories called slot 1 and slot 2. That's it for that. Now go back to systems. Go get your BIOS files. Copy that and I'll paste it in here in the BIOS directory, subdirectory. Just like that. And there are some recommendations here that for compatibility reasons, it is recommended not to use a SCPH 100 BIOS, okay? 10,000 BIOS, okay, this one right here. Just don't use these. So I'll just simply delete them. The next thing I want to do is also you could download Retroarch here, so make sure you have the latest version if you haven't already gotten it. Go here, get the 64-bit download version, and you could simply make a directory and just dump all the files in there, like how I did with my Retroarch folder here. I just dumped all the files in here and that's it. So now I'm going to start Retroarch. Before we do anything, we need to set the controls. If you haven't already, make sure it's left analog. This would enable you to use your left analog stick. which is important for PlayStation 2. And next, let's try to run some games. I'm going to load a PlayStation game. Before you do that, you got to load the core first. Download core. Make sure you get this one. And then now you could load a PlayStation 2 game. And select that one. Before you do this, we want to tweak this a little bit. So press F1, go here, go to options. You could select the BIOS. I selected USA. A version 2.0, that's what I selected. You can select whatever you want. Go to video. Just left it all like this, except I changed one thing in here. Dithering, I just left it off. Well, you could leave it on scale for dithering, but MIP mapping should be off because this drastically degrades performance. And that's the only thing you have to do here. You could format a memory card here.
Begin operation.
So the computer that I'm using has a i7-4790K processor. The GPU that I'm using is a GeForce RTX 3060. It's running pretty good. That's because I had MIP mapping disabled. If you have it enabled, it does affect performance.
Objective failed. Objective failed. Caution, heavy civilian population. Caution, inflicting civilian casualties.
Okay, let me get out of here. Just press F1 to get out. And you could just close this. Before I do that, I want to try to select another BIOS. Maybe I'll select this one. Okay, for some reason, for the PlayStation 2 emulator, if you try to run it again on Retroarch, when Retroarch is on, then it seems to crash. So what I do is I just turn it off and start it again. You could do another thing. You could go to import content. You can go to the emulator you can go to your directory, and where all the games are at, you could scan the directory. So the file types that you could run is .iso and .cue. These are the file formats that you could run. I don't think you could run .bin. That won't work. I'm letting it scan through this directory. It may take a little bit of time, depending on how many games you have in there. Okay, let's see. Try that. Some reason it's not working. Okay, I can select that. I'm unable to select PS3 for the other one. It's odd. Okay, now I'm going to try to run Time Crisis. So I didn't get all the games in that list. It's kind of a bummer. See, you can run .cue files, but you can't run .bin. This one does not seem to be working. Maybe it doesn't like the BIOS or something. I'm not sure, but this one. Tried to reset it. I think it crashed. Not getting any responses here. Yeah, the PlayStation emulator on Retroarch is not very stable. It locks up like that. Press alternate control delete. Go to task manager. Just end it. There's Retroarch here, so I'm going to end that too. Like I said, it's not very stable for some reason. It just crashes a lot. That's odd. Should run under PCSX. If you want to enter full screen, it's Control F.
Oh, him?
Listen up. We have a situation on our hands.
Golem team, shoot down all enemy bombers. Don't let them get to our base. Golem 2, follow all orders from Golem 1. Free engagement is prohibited during this operation. Roger. Awaiting your orders, Cypher. You're Golem 1 now. Yeah, it feels like the control stick's about to ice over. Let's make quick work of these suckers and treat ourselves to a little hot whiskey.
Okay. Right. So that's how you run the PlayStation 2 emulator on Retroarch. It doesn't seem to be very stable. Not as stable as running a standalone emulator. For some reason, the Retroarch folder doesn't fully close. Because you got one left down here as well on the background. And this does kind of like drain your CPU resources. So that's how you run it. So if you have any questions, you can leave in the comment section below. And thanks for watching.